Hey everybody, how are you? Hello. How are you on this Wednesday? Actually, Wednesday. We are live here today. This is week 3, and today's topic is trusting the process, how to rebuild your confidence in your crown. Remember, I said your crown is your hair, right? And so we're going to learn how to rebuild our trust in our crown. Now, let me ask you something. What if I told you that the very thing you've been avoiding, which is moisture, was never the problem? What if it were okay, let me go back. What if it was the very thing that you were avoiding was moisture, was never the problem? What if it were the missing link to the health, the movement, and the beauty of your Sisterlocks? Right? What if that is what your Sisterlocks really deserved? Hey, Barbara. Hey, Carolyn. For years, we've all been told, don't put anything on your hair. But Queen, your hair wasn't fragile because of moisture. It was fragile because of dehydration. And tonight we're going to break that fear. And so slippage doesn't come from moisture. It comes from manipulation and fear. What that means to you is it's time to trust your own wisdom with your Sisterlocks. And tonight you'll learn how to hydrate without fear and restore your hair's flexibility and flow. And I have a couple of demonstrations that I'm going to do for you tonight. So you will walk away feeling free, confident, and spiritually aligned with your hair journey. And yes, it is a journey, right? And so you have to believe that God is guiding you and you can trust your own wisdom with your own Sisterlocks. And so, again, tonight's topic is trusting the process. You know how we always hear people say, trust the process, right? So we're going to trust the process. We have to have patience with our hair. And so we're going to trust the process to rebuild our confidence. We know what's best for us, right? We really do know what's best for us. And so we're going to do that. So I want to get centered. I want to I want you to hone in and really take your notes, your journal, and write notes tonight. Okay. And so I want you to say this next statement with me and believe it. And believe it. So the statement is, God is guiding me, and I trust my own wisdom with my Sisterlocks. So if you are here tonight and you found out that we're doing this live, based on moisture and fear, then God has led you here. And I assume and hope that you are a believer, that you're a woman of God, and that you have faith. So my goal is to help you increase your faith in your hair. And we learned, right, that our hair is not just hair. It is our crown. Our hair is our crown, and our crown is our glory, right? And so for those of you who do not know me, my name is Rene Michelle Floyd, and I help women with Sisterlocks reclaim and restore their confidence in themselves, in their crown, and for their self-love, right? And I teach about hydration in your hair. So that's what I do. And what I do is teach you how to moisturize your hair and your spirit from the inside out, right? All right. So by the end of this lesson, and I have 3 points that I want to share with you, you'll release any fear of moisturizing your hair. You will understand that slippage truly happens. That slippage, how you will understand how how slippage truly happens, right? And learn how to confidently hydrate your sister locks with faith, care, and intention. And you'll walk away with peace and in your spirit, trust for your process. Okay. And so, oh, something is in my eye. And this is why I love live, right? Because you get to see me. If I sneeze, I sneeze. If something is in my eye, something is in my eye. This lets you know I am authentic, right? So something is in my eye. And so I have to get that out of my eye because I won't be able to really flow like I want to flow. And so excuse me while I be me and get this hair, whatever this is in my eye out, right? All right. And so we're going to rock with this. I just have to keep blinking until it gets out of my eye. But anyway, the chat is open for my subscribers, right? So if you're not subscribed, you will not be seen in the chat. And I really like to chat it up with my peeps in the chat. So if you're not a subscriber, all you have to do is subscribe. Just hit the button and subscribe, right? And later on, I'm going to talk to you about our community, our membership, y'all. We have transitioned. We have transitioned, and I am so excited. So we have transitioned to this platform is what I'm trying to say. So what I want to talk about is, for years, we've been told, like I said, not to put anything. And by the way, you may see me look down. I take notes, y'all. I have my notes so that I will not forget anything. And so I will cover all the points. I hope y'all don't mind, right? And so our hair has really just been dehydrated. So when I first started my Sisterlocks journey, wow, that was 24 years ago. 24 years ago, I started my Sisterlocks journey. Now, I started out with traditional locks, right? And so then when I laid eyes on this hairstyle, I absolutely fell in love with Sisterlocks. I had to have them, y'all. So when I first started my Sisterlocks, of course, I was not a consultant at the time. I was just a customer, aware of Sisterlocks. That's a long story. That'll be for another day and another time, right? But we were told not to put anything in our hair. No, to band our hair, braid it real tight, and tuck the ends under, and really be very careful with what we put in our hair, moisturizing, etc. Right? And so I was terrified. I did not, because I started with hair about this long, right? It was very short. It was broken. It was really damaged, because what I did, I had traditional locks in my hair. And so I wanted to pull those locks out so I can get my Sisterlocks. So I was trying to take my hair down with a pin, right? And I pulled more of my hair out than I saved it. And so now, needless to say, I had to really just cut it, and it just was coming out. So it was really damaged. And so it was really short. And I was terrified of water. I followed the book from A to Z, right? No products. And certainly I didn't know anything about steaming at the time. No oil, certainly, right? And so what happened was my hair became really dry and my scalp was tight and brittle and lifeless. And I'm telling you, I really, really considered cutting my hair all off because, for one, my scalp was really dry and itchy. Now, do any one of you all have that issue where your scalp is really dry and itchy, flaky even? So in the chat, all you have to do to chat with us is to become a subscriber. Hit that subscribe button, and then you will be able to chat with us in the chat area, right? So if anyone want to answer this question, have you, when you first started your Sisterlocks journey, those of you who have Sisterlocks, was your hair really dry? Was it itchy? Did it feel yucky? What was that? Were you told not to put anything in your hair as well? Right? So anyway, one day I was really considering cutting my hair off, and I just prayed and I said, Lord, I need moisture. I need something in my hair, right? And so he was showing me that I need to nourish my hair like I nourish my body. And so this was years later, y'all. I mean, I been through a lot, right, with my hair. And so I was never one that manipulated my hair a lot, meaning styling my hair and putting it in those tight styles and things like that. I was never one to do all that. But once I started moisturizing my hair, with my conditioner, and I didn't even really know too much really about spraying my hair and all the things, right? I really didn't know, but I did the best that I knew at the time. And so when I started doing that, it really was a game changer. It started my hair to become softer and more pliable, right? And then my hair really slowly, I say slowly, start growing. My hair has, typically it took all these years for my hair just to get the length that it is, right? And within the last 4 years, it has just really taken off. My hair was short for many years. And so when I learned the power of moisturizing and hydrating my scalp and my hair with steaming, right? Then that's when my life changed. My hair journey life changed. And so now we're going to talk about the truth about slippage, right? So slippage does not come from moisture. It comes from manipulation. So you guys know how we love to style our hair, right? It is not water that loosens your Sisterlocks. It's over handling. It's tight retightenings, and it's product buildup. So that's why you have to know what type of products to use in your hair that will not build up on your scalp and your hair. And you have to speak up if your consultant is retightening your hair too tight, right? That's what makes our hair come out, right? It's not the moisture, it's not the water. And when we like to style it too much, right? We like to put a whole lot of stuff in our hair. There's so many products on the market that they tell you to layer this and layer that. It really does not, in my opinion, based on my experience, does not take 15 products in your hair, right? Especially your natural hair. And so when you moisturize correctly, you actually strengthen your hair, not weaken your hair, right? So moisture is your friend. It's not your enemy, right? It's not. And our hair, when it's kinky, curly, right? Even if it's just coily, it loves to be moist. Our hair thrives on that because of the way our hair grows out of our scalp, right? So let me show you. Now we're going to talk about moisture and movement. And I always like to give this illustration. So this is one of these bands, right? A ponytail holder, but doesn't this resemble some of our hair texture, right? Our hair coil, our curl pattern, right? And we want our hair to be moisturized enough where it will have that flexibility, right? So like my hair, like I just took out, I had my hair braided, right? So I shampooed my hair, I conditioned it, I oiled it, and certainly I sat under my Stella, the steamer, right? And after I did that, I braided my hair in small braids and I tucked the ends under and I put a rubber band under it, on it, and let it dry. So I usually leave my braids in like 3 days, right? 2 to 3 days. So I just took them out. So it's really, really curly. I like how it turned out. It's soft because see what I did was I moisturized. I put the conditioner and the oils on there. I certainly steamed it, so it made it soft. So when I braided it, it was perfect, right? It had just the amount of product in it. So when I took it out, I did not really have to do anything else, right? I didn't have to do anything else. And so our hair should be, right? Should be flexible like this, right? And so that's why I like to use this as an illustration, right? And so our hair needs to, especially even if it's kinky, 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 our hair still need to have this flexibility. If it's coily, it needs to have this type of flexibility. And this only happens when your hair is moisturized, when it's hydrated. I would say moisturizing is when you spray it, you put the conditioner, all of that's moisturizing your hair. But when it's hydrated, right? And hydration happens over time. That's why you want a ritual, you want a routine, something that you can be consistent with so that your hair can get used to being hydrated, right? So, you know, that back in the day when we were putting perms and things on our hair, we trained our hair to be straight, right? So when we got the notion that we wanted to go natural, because it was trained to be straight, even if the roots of your hair was curly in its natural state, the ends were trained to be straight. And so it was straight, right? So we want to train our hair to be hydrated, right? And that is through consistent self-care and rituals that we do every day, right? So are you all getting used to my language now? Rituals mean you routine, right? Doing the same thing over and over. Crown is your hair, right? So that's the new language that I'm using. Okay, so to explain what I'm trying to explain to you. Now, moisture is movement, right? So when your hair is moisturized, you have movement, you have flexibility, right? And so your hair was designed, our hair, especially when it's coily like that, it was designed to be flexible. So dehydrated sister locks break because they've lost their elasticity, right? So this have a lot of elasticity in it, and that's what we want our hair to do, is have that elasticity, right? So when you add hydration, right, and then seal it with a lightweight oil like the avocado oil, right? Remember I told you about the avocado hair oil, right? Your crown gains freedom to move, it flows, and it bounces, right? So I have bouncy and behaving hair because it's moisturized, right? And so hydration creates flexibility, right? And flexibility promotes confidence. When your hair is right, you feel right, right? When you feel like you look, you know, your hair is good, you feel like you look cute, right? And um so that's, you can only get that being patient with your hair, right? only get that being patient with your hair, taking time, building rituals and routines, and doing the same thing over and over consistently, right? Now, the next lesson we're going to talk about is rebuilding trust in your hair, right? And so I remember when I first started, my hair care line, um, I really didn't trust us Black folk, right, to buy into the products because we were so used to buying other products, right? And so I changed the logo, okay, and was trying to appeal to the others because I didn't have faith that we would purchase the products or even believe that it's good to moisturize our hair or to hydrate our hair because we are so used to using greases, right? Pomades, perms, that kind of thing. And so my sister at the time, at that time, my sister was living. I miss her so much. She encouraged me. You don't trust Black folk? It's like, well, at that time, no, I didn't. But I'm telling you, she encouraged me to really invest my attention to us, right? And I'll tell you, I am so glad that I did. So I went and changed my logo back to the original, right? And it's been history ever since. And so I'm glad I did because I know what works for me. And so with me sharing what works for me, it has definitely, I have proof that it has helped other people as well. So the point that I'm making is that you can't love what you don't trust, right? So a lot of us have self-hatred for our hair, right? A lot of us were told negatively that our hair was ugly, that all this kinky stuff, and oh, you have bad hair, and look at this nappy mess, and all those things, right? We were told about our hair. So, of course, we don't love our hair. And when you don't love something, you can't trust it, right? And for many of us, our fear of moisture, especially when you have sister locks, is a reflection of a deeper fear, right? The fear of loss, of change, and doing it wrong. So when you first get your sister locks, right, you don't want all the, because you have spent money, right? Some good money to get your hair done. And so, of course, you don't want your hair to come down, right? You don't want it to loosen up and slip out. I totally get it. I understand, right? But you still have to moisturize your hair through shampooing, right? And through water, certainly water, right? And I'm not a proponent of the no shampoo type of stuff, powder and all that stuff. That stuff just really builds up on your scalp and it causes flakes and all that. I don't care. We need to wash. We need water. Our bodies need water. Our hair needs water because it's protein, right? And it needs to be wet and moisturized. So we need to not be afraid of moisturizing our hair and our scalp. We just need to learn how to properly do it, right? And so, like I said earlier, if you are listening to this and you're really trying to learn a different way, because in your spirit you feel like there has to be a different way, and that you didn't invest all this money for your hair, for you not to be happy with your hair, right? And so you know that God is guiding you. He's guiding your thoughts. He's putting that discontentment in your spirit because you know it has to be a better way. So you have to start listening to your own wisdom and care for your crown with love, and it will respond to you beautifully. Just do what makes sense, right? Some things are just common sense, right? And so your hair mirrors your faith in yourself, right? And when you trust the process, your crown thrives. Your crown thrives. So let me ask you, in the comments, right? In the comments. Let's see, what does this say here? What is this? Engage with your audience. Okay, let's see here. Engage with, start a Q&A, da da da. Okay. All right. So I'm going to engage with you guys right now. I want to ask you a question, especially those who have Sisterlocks. Where did you fear? Where did your fear of moisture begin? Where did your fear of moisture begin? Was it at the beginning of your journey? Did someone tell you something? Did your hair start coming out? Like, when did you start fearing moisture for your hair? Right? So in the chat, for those who, have Sisterlocks, respond to that question, please. And so I want you to say this again with me. God is guiding me, and I trust my own wisdom with my Sisterlocks. And so last week, you remember we learned about what the HSP is, right? Can anyone tell me what the HSP method is? Right in the chat, if you understood what the HSP method is, write it in the chat. Right, I'm gonna give you a second to write it in the chat. Right. And so I want to do a demonstration on what it means. So some people still think that oil moisturizes your hair. And I want to actually demonstrate that oil do not moisturize your hair. Oil seals the moisturization in your hair. So I'm going to be using yarn. This is a cotton yarn, which closely resembles our own hair, right? So it's very porous. And so I'm going to do two demonstrations. I'm going to spray. Let me cut this. Let me cut it right here. Okay, let me cut. So here's one string of yarn, and then here's another string of yarn. I'm gonna do two demonstrations. One, I'm going to just put the oil on, and the other one, I'm going to spray and then put oil on. So let me get my towel here. So I want you to actually see that hydrating your hair and then sealing it actually protects your hair, right? So with this particular string, this is what we are taught, right? That oil actually moisturizes your hair. I want you to see for yourself what I'm talking about, right? And because I want you to know for yourself, what that truth is. So here is some string right here. And I'm going to double it up. And like I said, this is cotton string. And so this is my avocado oil right here. And I am going to only put avocado on it. I'm not going to spray it or anything like that, right? I'm just going to put the avocado on the string like this. And it's going to trickle down on. Can you see that oil? I'm putting the oil on this string here. Can you see that golden green oil? That's why I call it green gold, right? And so you can see, you see this oil here. Now this yarn represent our hair, right? So many of us, we don't spray our hair. We only put oil on our hair. And so you see that? See, the oil has saturated this yarn, right? You see that? Okay, that's only oil on your hair. Now, my point that I want to make is that we need to moisturize our hair, hydrate our hair, and then seal in the moisture with oil, right? So I'm going to put this right here for now, right? And this is the one with just the oil. Now, here is another thing of string, double string, right? And so I am going to spray. This is just water in here, right? And I'm going to spray this first. Okay, now I don't want to spray my computer, right? I'm going to spray this. This is representing us moisturizing our hair, right? I have a towel down here, so I'm not getting my stuff too wet. Ugh. All right, so this is us. See that moisturization is saturated good, right? So we want our hair to be moisturized, right? Now, for us to protect that moisture, we're going to put a little oil on here, and this is going to seal in. And then you're going to see the difference, right, in how I'm getting ready to say the hair. You're going to see the difference in the flexibility, the movement of the string, right? So this is the one that has the oil. You see the oil was in there. The spray, I sprayed it good. I moisturized it first, right? I moisturized it first. And then I sealed it with the oil, right? And this just have the oil on it, right? And so the oil, this is just the oil, and this is the moisturized, sealed hair, I'll just say hair strand, right? And so you can see the flexibility. You see this here, right? See, this is just oil and it's a little stiffer, right? And this have more movement to it, right? Because it has that moisture in it, right? And it was sealed with the oil. And I'm moving it the same way, right? Well, let me, so that you guys won't think I'm cheating. Let me go ahead and fold this up just like the other one, because I don't want you to think that I'm just making something up. Right? Let me hold this. Okay. So this one here has the water in it. This one doesn't. And you can see, you see how much movement this one has and versus this one, right? This is just, it's a little stiff. This one have more movement because it's moisturized, right? And so that's what I wanted to show you in real time, that oil seals in the moisture, right? It doesn't moisturize your hair. It seals in the moisture, right? So that's what I wanted to share with you. So I want to ask you another question. So what would you gain? What would you gain if you trusted hydration again in your hair? Would it feel right to you to do that? How would you feel if you trusted what you felt in your spirit and in your heart to do, right? Not necessarily, everybody else's opinion doesn't matter. I'm not saying that, but you know what's best for you and what feels good to you. And so moisture will not make your sister lock slip. Manipulation will. Right? Manipulation will. So when you learn how to hydrate with care and seal with love, oh my goodness, your hair becomes softer, stronger, and more resilient. Now, why do I talk like this? Why do I talk like this? Talking about hydrating, sealing with love, your hair becomes, and caring for your hair and more resilient, that kind of talk, and that your hair is divine, right? You have to trust the process. Your sister locks are not fragile. They are divine. Why do I talk like that? Right? Because I want to encourage you to love your hair. You have to love your hair to where you want it to be. If we're so quick to slap a wig on or sew a weave in our hair, we're not taking the patience and the time to love our hair, right? So I want to encourage you to truly know that your hair journey is part of your healing journey, right? And man, when I say healing journey, some of us have so much self-hatred for everything about us. We're always comparing ourselves with someone else. If I didn't have, if my hair was gray like your hair, if I had a silver streak, or I have that dirty gray looking hair, or if my hair was a little thicker, or if my hair was a little longer, or we're always comparing ourselves with others, right? And so I say these type of things that your hair is divine, that you have to love your hair. When I say self-love, that means loving yourself, loving your hair. Now, hair is what brought us together, right? Sisterlocks is what brought us together. But once you enter into this world, I am going to nurture you. I am going to affirm you, queen, right? Because I want to encourage you. Some of us walk around, oh no, I don't hate myself. Oh no, honey, I love myself. I get my nails done. I get my eyebrows done. I get my lashes done. I get me a pedicure, a manicure. I have all this external beauty, right? But when we take all of that stuff off, who are we then? Do we love ourselves then? Some of us have damaged our hair so much that we can't even stand to look at ourselves in the mirror. And listen, as I'm saying this, as I preach and teach, I'm also listening, right? I used to not love my hair. I used to be comparing myself with other people. People used to think I was always cutting my hair because it grew so slow, because I didn't know what to do, right? And so now that I have taken the time to be patient, to be kind, and to be loving to my hair, right? My hair is my hair. It goes with my DNA. I don't have hair like everybody else. This is Renee's hair. And I love my hair. I had to learn how to love my hair. And sister, queen, friend, woman, I want to encourage you to start thinking about what I said. Thinking about, don't brush me off so quickly. Don't say, oh, I don't need that, honey. I love myself and this and that. And, you have all these expensive clothes and all this exterior stuff. But when you sit with yourself, what do you feel then? How do you feel then? Listen, all that stuff is some people define themselves with stuff. Some people can't go out the house without their lashes on, right? Some people can't go without putting a little makeup on. But when you are just purely naked in front of the mirror, looking at yourself, who do you see? How do you feel about you then? Right? So let me get off my soapbox. I hope that this have encouraged some, right? And so I want to let you know that your hair journey, right, is part of your healing journey, especially if you invest here in Beautiful Locks Club, right? Beautiful Locks Club is off the chain. It's what's in here is coming to manifestation out here. And so I am going to talk about the Beautiful Locks Club being part of a community that you can feel connected to authentically. So just hold on tight for that for a second. So I want to let you know that even though you may have fragile hair, meaning that it's easy to come out, that is so damaged, your hair is divine, right? Even if you have 10 strings of hair, it's divine, right? And some of us have caused our hair loss by neglecting our hair, to be honest. And then there are some who have health issues. I totally understand that, right? There are some who is on a lot of different medications that the side effects is killing their hair follicles so their hair come out. I totally get that. Some of us eat everything and anything, and so our diet is not the best diet to nourish our hair follicles to have beautiful hair. So I get that, right? So the question is, what are you going to do? How are you going to show up for yourself? And I want to invite you to come into the world of Beautiful Locks Club so that we can connect, so that I can be your mentor if you need one. And if you just want connection, I can be that too. And the community, I say community because I'm not the only one, right? I'm building a new community, y'all. This is a transition, right? I am connecting with women who are serious about their faith, right? I'm a faith-based natural hair business, right? And so who are serious about their faith. So although hair brought us together, life is what's going to keep us together, right? And so I want to connect in my community, in our community, women of faith, women who are serious about being the best version of themselves and who have this hairstyle, right? And that want the hairstyle to be something that they can be proud of, something that they can nurture and be patient with and be encouraged by others, right? That's why I like community, because my personality blended with your personality and her personality makes a wonderful, cohesive, dynamic community. And so I want to let you know that that let me finish this out. I want to let you know that the first thing that you need to do, if you haven't done it already, is to take our porosity quiz test, our porosity quiz, right? And find out what your unique porosity is based on the answers to the few questions that is on the porosity quiz. You will know exactly how you will understand your hair texture, what your hair loves, what it needs, right? And so the tool that you would use to bring your hair to its full health is Beautiful Hair products. Beautiful Hair products are products that are specifically formulated for Sisterlocks, for those who wear Sisterlocks, right? And so that's the first thing that you do. And then I'm gonna introduce you to the Beautiful Hair products next week. Oh, next week we're going to talk about Beautiful Hair products and why Beautiful Hair products are so effective in your hair, right? For your scalp health. See, a healthy scalp produces beautiful, healthy hair. And so if you have the products that will do this for you, right? Then that is how you get your first up on hair, having healthy, beautiful Sisterlocks, right? So because once you know your porosity, you can finally stop guessing, right? And start nurturing your crown correctly. So we go into the store and we're buying all these different products with all these different ingredients that we can't even pronounce. And a lot of those ingredients have waxes and oils, greases, things that doesn't do well for our Sisterlocks, right? Our Sisterlocks, we need a lightweight based type of hair care. And so taking a porosity quiz will help you to start your crowns, your hair's revival, right? And so last week there was a lady on here, her name was Jessie, and she told me, remember I asked, who remembers the name of my steamer, right? And she came up with Stella the steamer, and that's correct. And I really want to bless her, but she didn't get in touch with me. So if Jessie is listening, or if someone knows who Jessie is, let her know I was wanting to reach out to her, right? Okay. And so the porosity quiz link and beautiful hair products .com, and the link to become a member of our Beautiful Locks Club, we call it the Queen's Circle, right, is all in the description. So I'm not going to put it in the chat. Go to the description of this video and you will see all those links in there. Become a subscriber to this channel, because then we can chat together, right? So on today is and the reason why I am doing this is because I am really intentional about who we connect with, who I build this community with. This is an exclusive private community, and it's all right here on the YouTube platform, right? And so Beautiful Locks Club and YouTube, we have partnered together, right? And in our community right here on YouTube, I have a channel memberships, right? And so you're going to receive private live streams like this, but it will only be for members. I will be doing hair demonstrations. You will get the replays of the live streams. You will get exclusive guidance from me and some of your lock sisters. I call them lock sisters, right? And so our membership. So this is where I want to talk now about our membership. But first, let me answer Carolyn's question. She says, how often do you moisturize your hair? Good question, Carolyn. So I moisturize my hair at least 3 times a week, right? When I don't have a style, right? So when I'm just going loose, and just what I call freestyle, I will spray my hair, I will oil it, I will put my conditioner on and massage it at least 3 times a week, right? Because it just feels good. And I know that was one of the secrets as to how my hair started really growing as well, right? When I have my hair in braids and when I, prepare my hair for a style, I probably moisturize it maybe twice a week, right? Because I wash my hair, I condition it and steam it once a week, every week. That's my ritual. Every week I'm shampooing, I'm conditioning, I'm hydrating my hair, I steam it, right? And so I do that every week. And let me get this here. And this is where I always forget to share this with you, but I think a couple of you all already have it. My Sisterlocks Journey Journal, right? And so this is a new journal. The first journal I filled up with lots of pictures. I haven't gotten to this one yet. I just started this one, but where I've put my old one up, right? But this journal here is excellent to chronicle your hair journey, right? So you keep up with your appointment. Oh, I have a few pictures in here, right? So you can put pictures in here. This journal also you notate when you actually steamed your hair, when you shampooed your hair. It's an excellent journal to really keep up with your hair, to really create your own hair story, right? And so y'all see I'm real serious about this, right? And so I develop tools and things that will help assist you, because I know what a blessing it has been for me. And so anyway, that's the beautiful, that's the My Sisterlocks Journey Journal. So if you go on my website on beautiful hair products, sisterlocks.com. You will see it. But you know, better yet, right under this video should be my store shelf, right? So, and I think I have that journal in on the store shelf. So you don't even have to go to my website. It will take you to my website if you click on that link. I think I have the products in there, right? So I'm featuring, because the low porosity hair, that's what we're focusing in on for this 4 weeks, 5 weeks. And so I have the peppermint cooling mist here. That's our hairspray. This is our peppermint clarifying shampoo, right? And this is our peppermint conditioner and our peppermint hair oil. So I think all of that is right underneath this video on my store shelf. So you can, and the steamer is also listed in there, on there as well. So you don't even have to leave this platform. You can just click on it and go right to where you need to go. So, but I want to get back to our Queen Circle membership, right? So this is my YouTube channel membership, right? So this is my channel. And within this channel, I can have a community all my own. Now, I used to be over on another platform, and I just transitioned to put everything in one space, right? And so because I meet with you here anyway, it makes so much sense just to have this platform for us to meet up and then to develop our community, right? And so this community is priced, right? It's a membership, but it's priced affordably for growth, meaningful relationships. And so I have so many plans for this. And so I'll only have 2 options right now, and I have 3 more coming, right? But I want to really introduce and get everyone acclimated to coming into this community. So the first level or tier is Pearl. I love pearls, y'all. I love pearls. So I call this tier the Pearl tier, right? And this tier is new beginnings. And it's only $4.99 per month, right? And so you will have your own loyalty badge, which is your first pearl, right? You will have custom emojis. So like when you're here in the chat, whenever you chat, when you become a member, you'll be able to choose your own personal emojis. You'll have the little pearl next to your name, right? You'll have a weekly we'll have weekly connections, lives, and things like that only you and your lock sisters will be privy to, right? You will have members only chats, right? So right now, today, I decided to open the chat up to only channel subscribers, but soon I will have the chat open to only members, right? So I mean, I really am serious about connecting with those who are serious and who's generous and who want to invest in themselves, right? And so you will have you will be able to join in on the members only live chats, drop your emojis, and be seen, right, in the private circle. So like I said, when we go live, when you comment in the chat, you will be standing out, right? You'll stand out, and then your comments will be priority to me. So I will respond to your comments and questions first. And then you'll be able to actually share pictures, right? And your status, just like we're communicating, we can communicate back and forth. You'll have your own personal time with me and with each other, right? We'll be able to check in and connect with one another, right? So that's the Pearl level, $4.99. That's less than a coffee at Starbucks, right? Every day. Some people drink that every day. This is just per month, right? And then I have another level called white diamond, right? And this is for my resilient women, right? That's only $9.99 per month, right? And so you will get everything that comes in the pearl level, plus you'll get members only live streams, right? You'll have access to all the community, the welcome post, and this will be your private sanctuary to look at live replays and connect with others, right? You will have members only shout outs, right? So eventually, when we are in the chat, when we're live, you will be the one that I will shout out, right? So you will have that. You'll feel special as your name is celebrated live on the air, right? And of course, you will have your own custom emojis that you can choose from when you want to engage in the chat, right? And of course, your name will be shouted out. Then you will have members only shorts. Like I recorded a short this evening for my members, right? That they will only see in the community, right? And so I'll do demonstrations, or I'll give a status update, or I'll keep you informed. It's so many possibilities, right? Give you an inspirational word, that kind of thing, right? And then you will have members only videos. And these are excellent, right? These are some of the videos that are not on my channel for the public, right? These are member only videos, tutorials, faith-filled inspiration. Like I say, I'm a woman of God, a woman of faith. So we can be much more intimate on there in terms of, I like to pray, right? And I share different things with my community that I don't share publicly, right? And so you will have that exclusivity, right? And then you will have member only polls. So the reason why I have not released the other levels yet, right, is because I want to get to know you all on a more intimate level. And I really value your opinion, your thoughts, and your ideas. So I like to reach out and ask you questions a lot. And it's important to me, right? I had a young lady tell me, I asked, her opinion about something, and she said, well, it's just what I think. It doesn't matter anyway. And it's like, no, your difference, your opinion, your way of thinking is the difference that I'm looking for. So I value you. I value you as an individual. I value your opinion. I value your thoughts. And so I have members only polls that help me, that will help me, with future teachings, topics, and to help shape this queen circle and help me make decisions, right, for our community. And I say our because it's our community, right? And so I just want to share 3 reasons why community is so important. First of all, you get to join like-minded sisters, right, that understands your journey because they're going through the same journey. You get to develop consistency with authentic women, right, that understands where you're coming from, right? And you get to spend more time loving your hair, connecting with the community. And see, when I say community, and when I say you're important, because what you think, what you feel, what you do can impact someone else's life. And that is what we're missing, y'all, in these days. Is we're missing real, genuine connection, right? Now, many of you have found me on YouTube. I mean, not, yeah, YouTube, but Facebook, right? Sometime I'm on Twitter, not a lot. But, and then you may see me around the net. But there, I decided a couple years ago to create my own community, because social media, even though it's supposed to be social, can be very lonely, right? And instead of bringing us together, it's pulling us apart. And so if you truly value relationships and value connecting with real human beings in this AI age, and I am not mad at AI because I use it, right? And I love it, but I love human beings more. And so even though we may talk about hair initially, right? There are so many other things that we can talk about when we have our own private, exclusive community, right? And so I truly want to encourage you and to engage you in considering spending two lattes worth of money to be part of a community that needs you, right? We actually need each other. We get energy from each other. And so I want to, let me put this in here real quick, even though it's in the chat. I mean, it's in the description, right? I really want to encourage you to consider becoming a Queen Circle member. I really do, because I need you. I mean, you would be encouraging me, right? And so I want you to consider joining our membership, right? I just, in the chat, I just put the link to join our membership. The Pearl level, the Fresh New Beginnings level, is only $4.99 per month. And the White Diamond level, our Resilient membership, those who want to go to the next level and who really feel like they want to do this for real and be a blessing to others. It's our Diamond membership, and that's only $9.99, right, per month. And so that would be great to have you in the community. And I look so forward to connecting with you, ladies. And if you're watching the replay, make sure that you watch everything. Answer the questions that I asked in the comments below. And I really hope to see you in our Queen's Circle membership real soon. Okay. Listen, you all have a great evening. If there's no more questions or anything, I will see you next week when we talk about the power of peppermint oil, right? And so we're going to go deep into that next week. Okay. Listen, you all have a wonderful evening, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.